Hello everyone. Welcome to our open educational resource video on the structural approach in English language teaching. My name is Nitu and I am a student teacher of Army Institute of Education, Greater Noida. In this video, we will explore one of the foundational methodologies used to teach English, emphasizing the importance of grammatical structures and sentence patterns. English has been taught by using different techniques from time to time, right? The translation method has been quite popular. It is still abundantly used in the classrooms for teaching English. At some places, direct method is also applied for teaching in this language. Improving situation still further, structural approach has come to stand and last for a long time. It is to benefit all the concerned with the teaching learning of English. See, in a sentence, there are many words, many structural formations, many arrangements are there by which the sentences are formed. So in this structural approach, we will understand how a sentence and what type of subject, verb or object are used in this particular sentence or any particular sentences. The term structural approach as it stands is very controversial because some people misunderstand or misinterpret it. They believe that it is a method of teaching English. So let us discuss briefly whether it is a method or not. So in a method, we come to know how a particular item is to be taught, how we teach somebody. Moreover, a method is a body of techniques. Besides, methods also vary from person to person, from place to place, and from subject to subject. But in the case of an approach, we do not have to have any such type of alternatives, right? In structural approach, the structures have to be any method that can be used or presenting for the structures. Generally, oral method is used for it. Moreover, an approach is a matter of principles. By teaching different structures, the aim is to develop certain skills, and the different skills are under ability to understand the spoken language, how to speak a language, read the language, and the writing of the language, right? So what is a structure? We in a English language, we mainly focuses on the structure of language, how a sentence is spoken or how a sentence is formed, by which formula it is made, or in this we select and arrange a proper order form, right? So in this we also assume that if we want to learn English language, then scientifically we have to select a particular word by grading them in a proper structure. Like here I have given one example, like in structure, verb and object form, like he is a thief. And then next I have also arranged verb in a first form, like verb came first, then structure, and then object. Like is he a thief? The different types of arrangement is called structures. So here are some examples of some structures. Like I have arranged subject, verb and objects. Then I have arranged verb, subject, object. Like in first we bought books. Second, she played hockey. I knew him. It is where the subject is there, verb is there, and object is there. Then I rearrange that, and then by verb, subject and object, examples are: is he a doctor? Are you Geeta? This is a flower? Like that. Then next I have arranged subject, verb and object in a negative form. Like he is not a doctor, you are not Geeta. and then verb also came first, then the question will be arrived, like he is not a doctor, are you not Geeta, like that. Next we have type of structures. There are different types of structures. Basically we may divide them into four different categories, like sentence pattern, formula, phrase pattern, and idioms. In first sentence pattern, the sentences may be of different designs, like he is my friend, is he a thief, where all the different designs, all the sentences are formed in a different designs, right? So next is formula. In formula is a group of words that usually regularly on a usually used in a regularly or certain occasion, like good morning, thank you, that's right, mention not, goodbye, like that. Next is phrase pattern. The different type of phrases, like in the house, out of the pocket, under the chair, on the table, in my hand, etc. Fourth is idioms. So idioms, there are a group of words that must be taught as a whole and not as a separate ones. For example, in the teeth of, black and white, a snake in the grass, etc. So according to Menon and Patel, here are some main objectives of structural approach. First is to lay foundation of English by establishing through drill and repetition about 275 graded structures. Like a sentence have a different structure, a sentence is arranged with the different structures through drill and repetitions also. Then next, to enable the children to attain mastery over the essential vocabulary, about 3000 words, root words for active use. Next is to correlate the teaching of grammar and composition of the reading lessons. Yes, the teaching of grammar and composition are correlating na? The grammar, we also teach the grammar and the composition with the reading lessons. To teach the four fundamental skills, like namely understanding, speaking, reading, and writing in order named. Next we have principles of structural approach. The structural approach is based on some principles which are explained, like importance of speech. In this learning of language, speech is very important, and reading and writing. The reason being that language is learned orally first. Then speech becomes the basis of acquiring other skills like reading and writing. In structural approach, speech is given more importance, yes, and it is a sheet anchor of this new approach. This principle is means a very sound, as it lays the foundation of language learning, and thus therefore this approach helps is in better teaching of the language. The next is the formation of language habits. Like in structure approach takes care of fact that learning of language is a habit formation of process. Here a lot of drill work is given to the learners. The student are given a lot of practice in listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Thus the structure are well fixed up in the minds of learners. Next is the pupil's activity. For learning the language, the students are expected to be very active. In structural approach, pupils' activity is given more importance and compared to the teacher's activity. Moreover, the best teaching takes place if both the teacher are and the students are actively involved in it. So the structural approach takes care of it. Then the mastery of structures. In structural approach, emphasis is laid on mastery of structures as compared to the acquisition of vocabulary. One structure is taken up as teaching point, and its listening, speaking, reading, and writing practice is given to the learners step by step. The more oral practice has given to the learners, the better would be the result. Actually, oral work forms the basis of effective learning of the language material. Emphasis therefore need to be laid on all the four skills. It will ensure the mastery of structures, and mastery of structure result in the effective learning of languages. Meaningful situations, in the structure approach, the teacher is expected to create meaningful situations that makes the teacher's work interesting. Moreover, students are able to learn the structures very well, and the different types of meaningful situation can be created by facial expressions, by dramatization, and by actions also. In fact, the resourceful teacher faces no difficulty in creating meaningful situations. Then, teaching one item of language at a time. Only one item is taken, uh, and like uh, only one item is taken up at a time and taught to the student, na, right? Like in the way the student are able to grasp it well. A new structure is taught by using the vocabulary already learned by the student. The second structure is introduced when the learner acquires mastery over the first structure. Advantages of structural approach, like the student remain active throughout the teaching learning process. This approach helps students to acquire fluency in their spoken language. It makes the student creative learners. They are able to think a large number of sentences in a similar types. Yes, and the student are able to understand the subject matter fully because teaching is conducted by creating meaningful situation. The learn